We have an awesome show for you guys today.
The greatest eventer of all time.
Good news for the sport. Welcome to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We've got a great episode for you guys today. We've got Captain America, I guess.
I'm not sure about that, but
The chef of the American team.
I like the way you think.
And he doesn't cook well, Mr. Leslie Law. So we're going to break down everything with Team USA, but first we're going to check in with Horse Trailer Pros. We'll be right back.
I think it's Captain Fantastic.
Captain Fantastic. All right. Want to advertise on the John and Rick Show? Contact John at 352-875-8622.
Or call Rick at 850-879-2649.
For a horse owner on the road, your trailer is essential. No one enjoys being stuck on the road. At Horse Trailer Pros, we repair, renovate, and maintain all makes and models of horse trailers. We work directly with your insurance company or manufacturer for warranty repairs and insurance claims. Our state-of-the-art facility provides quick turnaround and friendly customer service. Considering a living quarter conversion? We do those too. Find comfort on the road with Horse Trailer Pros. Call or text 352-804-2131. HorseTrailerPros.com.
Does your horse struggle with stress, tight muscles, or fatigue? NupaFeed USA delivers advanced supplements trusted by riders nationwide. Our magnesium supplement with unique MAH helps reduce anxiety and support muscle relaxation. And for lasting stamina, our L-carnitine builds energy and strength without making horses fizzy. Easy to feed, proven to perform. Support your horse's health and performance today with NupaFeed.
Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. John, we're in the NupaFeed segment. Everybody out there, Leslie Law is still with us. He didn't run away. But we are going to talk about NupaFeed real quick. Leslie, it's a great magnesium paste or liquid that you feed daily. You get it at NupaFeed USA. They're our great segment sponsor. John, I use it.
I use it.
Everybody uses it.
Everybody uses it. That's like your tagline for them. I kind of like it.
I know, I like it.
Yeah, it's good.
So
it's good stuff.
you can, order it from NupaFeed USA. And thanks, NupaFeed, for sponsoring this segment. Here we are with Leslie. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you, guys.
Welcome back home. That was quite a trip, man.
Yeah, been a while. Been a while since I've been home. Yeah. But it's nice to be back, that's for sure.
So I think we should start with the big one, right?
Right.
With the bronze medal world championship team. I never doubted it, just so you know. I knew you were coming home
Not
with
what
a team.
you said before I left.
Well, that's true. I never doubted it. You can even go back. To be honest, I picked us to finish individual gold, silver, bronze,
Yeah.
and then team gold.
Okay.
So I believed.
Yeah, you did.
I was a big
You did.
believer.
That was a big belief.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Some would say.
But you got to think big.
Yeah.
It's
You always got to
important.
reach high.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So, congratulations and
Thank
good
you.
job, and thank you for keeping everybody together. It's a big challenge. So, Rick, where do we want to start with that?
Well, I think maybe start with how much relief you felt when the bronze was won. How did that feel?
Oh, whenever you win a medal, there's always relief for sure. I have to say, going into the show jumping, I think the whole team was, quietly confident. You don't want to, you really probably don't want to say it, but I think we were pretty confident. We had, we had some very good horses that show jump. The riders are good show jumpers. They all work with really good coaches. They each have, their individual coaches in the show jumping, and they were there. And I think that also gives everybody confidence. With the course walk, we knew Aachen would be influential when it came to the show jumping. Obviously, it's a huge ring. It's very easy to get lost out there. It's very easy to, not keep your rhythm and get time faults. But like I said, those combinations, they were all very good show jumpers, and they work with really great people. So I would say we were quietly confident.
I mean, when I watched the show jump, when the three Americans, our guys, were out there, it was like breathtaking to watch it go. And there was really, sometimes you watch the show jump go around and there might be a little hiccup here and there. They looked flawless on their rounds. Obviously, they had good going. When you talk about their coaches, I know Lauren Huff is with Philip.
Yeah.
Peter Wild with Boyd. Scott.
And then we had Grant Wilson.
There you go.
With Will. Yeah. Yes, Scott was out there. Tammy was unfortunate.
That's too bad.
She had a great. She had a great 2 phases. The dressage is, what we hoped for.
Right.
It's a young mare, and
it was impressive.
It was impressive, and again, Tammy was great on cross country. We were unfortunate, that Lele, she pulled a shoe and unfortunately got a grab on her heel, and those things are, they're very tender, and we just felt, in consultation with everybody, the whole team, that with such a nice young horse like that, it didn't warrant show jumping the next day. It was better to, that's definitely a horse for the future, and we need to look after it.
It's a very good decision, and I just heard you call her correctly by her name, which I do not.
That's because it's you. Honestly, it's charming.
I call her Lilette.
Yeah, well, I did that, and then
you got corrected.
And you can imagine Tammy. She ripped me a new one. So
she's so meek and timid. I don't think she would do that.
So now I pronounce it correctly.
So it's Lele.
In Tammy's world, it's definitely Lele.
Okay, we'll go
There's
with
a
that.
reason why it's not Lilette.
It's very close to LA, actually.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right?
I hadn't thought that, but I'm sure
That's gotta be a good omen.
We're going to use that.
Yeah.
That's good,
Totally.
John. Look at you.
Yeah, well
Thank
done.
you. Thank you.
I mean, sculpting through, I know you want to ask questions. Can you take us back to the beginning before getting to the World Championships, like leading up and what went into, a lot of people don't realize how much work goes into selecting the team.
Yeah, I mean, where is the beginning? I think that almost, quite honestly, started 12 months ago when obviously, Aachen have a Nations Cup, or not a Nations Cup, but they have a team competition every year. And, Karen and I, our vision last year was, to take horse rider combinations that looked like they would possibly even be there this year. We wanted to give those riders the experience in Aachen and some of the horses. Obviously, 12 months out, you don't know who's going to get selected, but we wanted to get some key riders there last year. So I think that beginning actually started last year, quite honestly. And then if you look at it, those riders that went last year, they were all there this year, and some of those horses, and I think that was big. I think for the riders to have ridden some of the horses around there last year and get a feel for it. Obviously, last year was a 4-star short. This was a 4-star long, but it's Aachen is unique, and so. The cross country across the other side of the road, obviously the dressage, and as I just spoke about, the show jumping is something very unique in that ring.
Definitely.
So just fast forwarding a little bit to the actual event. We know it was a great performance by Team USA, and they came home with that team medal, but I think it's fair to say day 1 and 2, the dressage, people kind of did, I think it's fair to say the riders did their job, but didn't quite get the marks that they wanted. right?
No,
Or everybody was just a little bit off par.
Yeah, 100%. I think, obviously, we were hoping for better in the dressage. I think actually, I thought Philip went out and did a really good, solid test as number one, and I think, he was probably the fourth combination in front of the judges. So I think for Philip's result, I think that was really solid. He really rode a clean test.
Right.
He didn't really make any mistakes. He got all his changes. So that was a good, solid performance.
Right.
And maybe later on, maybe that would have been a even better mark. But Philip was, he was there to go out as number one, and he did his job in the dressage. As we spoke, I think Tammy and Lele showed what they can do in the dressage. That was a great score.
Yeah.
And then Will, Caroline, Boyd, they posted solid scores, but I think we know we can do better.
Well, and I guess what I was thinking was, like, you watch the post-test interviews, and all three of those riders, you could see, like, they did a decent job. They just didn't quite pull off exactly what they wanted, and they all three, I thought, took accountability for it in different ways, which was good. I thought, like, yeah, we didn't quite pull off the test that we wanted.
No, they're all extremely professional.
Right.
And so, yes, as you said in their interviews, I think you saw their disappointment a little bit.
Right.
And, but yeah, they were, they...
That's such a hard thing at the end of a ride. Like, if you're not thrilled with what you put in, to be stuck there in front of cameras and have to immediately, like, give your feedback to a reporter on what you thought, God.
Yeah.
That's terrible. That is so hard.
Because within minutes.
Yes.
Within minutes,
You don't
they
get time.
come out of the dressage test. They get off their horse as soon as they're sort of released by the stewards, that they've been checked. Horses are being checked, and then within minutes, they're being put in front of a camera, and that's a.
So do you guys
almost
talk
a
to them? Does
whole-
somebody from the
whole
U.S. talk
phase.
to the riders ahead of time and, like, give them a little bit of coaching as to how to deal with that?
Yeah, they've all sort of had coaching, and but I don't. It doesn't matter how much coaching you've had when your adrenaline is running, and you've got to stand in front of that camera and explain everything. That's a hard job, and and they all did it really well.
Yeah, they did. I remember going to Buccolo, and I had jumped around the cross country, but not quite as fast as I wanted to, and I was so mad. And David came up to me because he was coaching, and he asked me, and I'm like yelling and swearing and mad and angry, and then he says, "Right, Franz is coming up with a camera right now. Don't say any of that." That was my coaching.
Good advice. Very good advice.
But when I actually watched, we watched all the tests. What I did notice is the horses were super fit. I think y'all did a great job getting those horses ready for the long. And maybe there's a little tenseness sneaking in because of fitness, but I just thought they performed really well. And when they went cross country, it was like, that's maybe why there's a little bit of tenseness in their dressage. I don't know, but that's what I saw.
Yeah, I think, touching on the fitness side, we've very much promoted that the riders, stick to their schedules. Every horse is different.
Yep.
We definitely wanted the horses fit by the time they left here, because we didn't really want to be doing too much when we got there, because you're moving from what the horses have been used to galloping on to getting fit, and so we.
So what, you would have had like 2 gallops over there?
We didn't really gallop over there.
Okay.
Well, to say that, what we actually did, Philip did have went and had a canter in the pre-training over there. And then when we moved into Aachen, the gallop that Aachen provided was actually a segment of the cross-country course. So the footing was as good as...
Right, yeah, because the rest of it would have been pretty hard.
Yeah, I mean, Europe...
It didn't rain till cross-country afternoon.
Right, and, Europe's been, in a drought, quite honestly.
Right.
So the ground over there is extremely hard. So the riders did give their horses pipe openers when we got into Aachen, where we went out and walked it first before they did it. But like I said, it was a segment of the cross-country course, and so the ground was as good as it gets.
Right.
And so the horses were fit before they went, and really all they needed was really to have a blowout before they actually competed on the Saturday. Now I'm forgetting the second part of your question.
No, it was all combined together.
About the fitness and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tension. Yeah, and I think you're right. I mean, there's always that with fit event horses.
Yep.
That there's always the potential for that to creep in, for sure.
But I just know that from what I saw, all of them coming off the course, they look really good. I did see other teams with some laboring horses, but ours, I didn't notice that at all.
No, I think all 5 athletes, they had their horses extremely well prepared.
Yep.
And and they did. Yeah, there was no complaints there. The horses looked very well from start to finish. And you're right, all our horses finished extremely well. And so, kudos to the athletes because they did their job there.
That's great.
So, cross country. I actually have a question about this because in the past, not the past couple of WEGs, but historically, the World Championships were always a big, massive 5-star, right? Like back in the good old days when things were right.
Yeah.
Right. So now, obviously, it's a 4-star, and I don't remember this because where were we before this, Petroni?
Yeah.
So I don't remember it there seeing so many options like you would have in an Olympic Games. Has it been that way at the last few World Championships? Has it always been like that where there's a ton of options? It just seemed like there were more on this course than any I've seen before.
No, you're absolutely right. The first course walk we had,
Right.
we almost needed a GPS
Right.
to get round there. I think, in the end, I think Giuseppe did a great
Yeah, no, and
job.
it looked like an awesome course.
But you're absolutely right. We had to walk. We walked the course I don't know how many times, so that we knew every route possible, because it would be very easy, to jump a wrong jump and get yourself eliminated. You really needed to know where you're going. And also know the options, because obviously in a team competition, as that unfolds, we might need riders to take this option, that option.
And you did, right?
Yeah, we did.
Because I remember Boyd somewhere I saw him interviewed saying that he actually wanted off that bank to go the straight route,
Yeah.
and then
and we asked it. We brought him off the.
and he looked
slightly
like he was
option.
okay with it, but maybe not thrilled.
No, Boyd was ever the professional. He's like, what do I need to do for the team? He actually took the same route that Philip took.
Right.
Philip wanted to take that route. We totally supported it, especially going out as the 4th rider. I think we really didn't have any information as to
Right.
how the other way was going to ride. And I think, as it turned out, that was absolutely the right decision. Philip talked to us about that. We supported it. And yes, that was absolutely the right decision.
So, how difficult was it for you as the chef de keep and the head coach to know all of these different routes? Like, did you know every single route that was out there on the course, or did you pick like, this is our straight route, this is kind of our plan B, and then that's what we're going to go with?
No, we knew every.
You knew every single option.
Yeah.
Right.
We knew every single option because what you had to be careful was the way it was lettered, quite honestly.
Because you could think you're jumping in correct option.
Yeah,
or not.
because once you started probably on a direct route, you were probably locked into it. So,
Right.
you know, if you thought you could jump this fence and then go the long way, what happened is you'd end up jumping, for example, B twice.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know, obviously once you've had a problem, you can that is permissible. But when you're going straight,
So
off,
whatever the options were, if you picked option, we'll call it A, you're on option A. If you pick option B, you're on option B. You can't.
yeah,
It was hard to mix and match them.
I think there might have been 2 places where you could mix and match.
Okay.
There was 2 or 3 places where you could mix and match.
We've
But
been
a
seeing
lot
that
of the
lately.
time, once you started on the direct route, you were locked in. It was then knowing all the possibilities if you had a problem that you still made sure you jumped the right fences having had a problem, which in the heat of the moment is that's
Yeah,
you
no, it'd be
really
tough.
need to be clear about where you're going.
Can I ask?
So-
Can I ask one more before we?
I'm listening to you.
So, I want you to be honest.
Okay.
That's me.
I know. When Boyd jumped the first of those 2 open corners, did you gasp a little bit? Because I did.
I think
I did.
I probably gasped. I think Karen went off the back of the chair.
I mean, he was amazing, but when that horse went up and gave a little twist over the
Yeah.
first one, I thought, oh no,
Yeah.
we got to turn in 3 strides and jump the other. And he just picked it up and
Yeah.
jumped the second. I'm like,
No,
oh,
there was
thank God for
definitely a
Boyd.
gasp. Yeah.
Okay.
And but you know, it was brilliant though, wasn't
Oh
it?
God, he was amazing.
Hey, brilliant.
So good.
And you know, not only brilliant to stick to the first, stick on at the first one then, but to get on the line and jump the second one. I mean, that's the real test when you're
Right.
when you're in the moment and it's not quite going right. And yeah, he was phenomenal.
Amazing. Amazing. Should we take a break?
Sure, we can, because I got a question about denim and.
Yeah, we'll just come right back to it.
Yep.
So let's just thank Nupa Feed.
Thanks, NupaFeed USA. Order it at nupafeedusa.com. Great daily supplement. Also, at horse shows, Leslie really calms everybody down. If you need some calming, even works on wives, I hear.
I need to take it.
Here you go. It's all yours. All right.
See you back in the next segment.
Does your horse struggle with stress, tight muscles, or fatigue? NupaFeed USA delivers advanced supplements trusted by riders nationwide. Our magnesium supplement with unique MAH helps reduce anxiety and support muscle relaxation. And for lasting stamina, our L-carnitine builds energy and strength without making horses fizzy. Easy to feed, proven to perform. Support your horse's health and performance today with NupaFeed.
Equibrew, now available in the USA. It's a live probiotic that you feed daily to your horses. The live microbes go into your horse's gut and cleans up the gut wall, creating a healthy gut system.
Equibrew is an essential part of my feeding program. My horses love to eat it, and it does a really good job of promoting gut health and also good behavior and great performances.
It's something I recommend for all of your horses, no matter what they do in their careers.
It's so affordable, I can use it on all of my horses in the barn, not just my top horses.
Order Equibrew today by going to brickfieldnutrition.com or calling 850-879-2649.
Grant Showalter has over 15 years of equine bodywork and saddle fitting experience. His technique allows him to identify and alleviate tightness in muscles. He uses trigger point massage to release points of restriction. Grant has over a decade of experience fitting and adjusting a wide variety of saddles. His expertise in equine physiology, coupled with a thorough understanding of the importance of a properly fitted saddle, allows him to quickly identify and correct any balance issues. Grant can also adjust your saddle on site. Grant works on all of my competition horses, and I have noticed a significant improvement in their performance at competitions and their overall way of going. Grant's based in Ocala, Florida year-round, but regularly travels to the surrounding areas. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 484-639-4454.
Everyone says they feed the best, but not every feed is made the same. Seminole Feed is built on fixed formulas. And made in a medication-free mill for unmatched safety. Every bag delivers consistency your horse can feel and performance you can see. Because when it matters, there is only one best, the original low-starch feed, Seminole Wellness.
Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We've still got Leslie here. We're going to go right back into the World Championships. But before we do, we want to thank Seminole Feed. It is an awesome feed. It's great. I like it because they have dedicated mills that they just do horse feed in, so you don't have to worry about any cross-contamination. It's good stuff.
You're absolutely right. They have a great team here in Ocala. They have dealerships all over the Southeast. Seminole is now available just for the feed only on Chewy.
Right.
But if you're in the Ocala area or areas outside of Florida, there are dealerships. Look them up. But Seminole Feed is a great feed. We use it for all our horses, and the pony loves it. So
It's good stuff. All right. So, back.
We're back.
To WEG.
Leslie.
Yes.
So obviously, there's curveballs that come at y'all going to I mean, obviously you even talk about the care that you do getting there to make sure you don't have to do a lot of big gallops prior to going out, because obviously you want the horse fit and ready to go for the first day. We know Passante was replaced by Denham.
Yeah.
That was done prior to even leaving for Aachen, correct?
Correct.
How much thought goes in? I know Philip had a backup horse, and I think Will had a backup horse, correct?
Correct.
Did Boyd?
Boyd had he had another horse named on the list that
Okay.
was an alternate.
So you those three were covered on alternates, and then
But they weren't necessarily direct, right?
Will with
off the record.
off the record was a direct reserve.
Direct reserve. Okay.
And Boyd and Philip had other horses named in the squad as alternates.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody listening, a direct alternate means
So if Diabolo had, if anything had happened to Diabolo, thank God it didn't, off the record would have been
automatically.
automatically. Will would have stayed in automatically with off the record. With the likes of Denham and Boyd's other horse, they were named as alternates. So that means that they didn't actually necessarily step straight in.
So they had to go back to selection.
We would look at all the alternates and then decide, on what how the horses had performed and how they were working in training and everything else, soundness and all those other issues. So there's many things that come into it. So we had to look at all the alternates and decide.
I mean, kudos to the selectors. I know we have a really good group of selectors. Are you working well with them? I'm sure you are.
Yeah, no, we, Karen and I, we have I think we have a great relationship.
Michael,
with them. We have Michael, we
Sinead.
have Debbie Furness, we have Shanae, Jonathan Elliott, and Phyllis Dawson.
Yeah, great team.
Yeah, super
So
team.
did that take long in the discussions once Passante came up as like, it's not going to happen, we need to find a replacement? Was there a period of 48 hours? How long did y'all delegate that decision?
Yeah, I mean, there was, as I said, we had to look at
All the things.
At all the things. I think there's a lot of thought that goes into that. It's even things like, are you replacing an old horse or are you replacing a young horse? Because if you don't necessarily want a team full of old horses.
Right.
In the same respect, you don't want a team full of just young horses. So it's looking at even things like that. Who's coming out and who is the best replacement for that combination that we're losing.
Well, obviously that worked out really well in your everybody's thought process. I know just in thinking of Denham and the records and the things that he's done with them, I mean, it was a great replacement. I think one thing that I do know, he can be slow, but at the same time, he's always accurate and there. So I know those things balance in when you're looking at things, but so people listening or watching, it takes a lot of thought, doesn't it?
Yeah, there is a lot of thought, and it's after the competition, it's easy to say, well,
we made the right choice. Yeah.
Before there's a lot of head scratching, and a lot of conversation. It's not when I say it's not a quick decision, we are up against time because you've got flights and people have to be ready and be prepared. But it's certainly not a decision that's made lightly. It's probably almost a harder decision than picking the original team. Quite honestly,
yeah.
It demands a lot of thought.
But it does go into, and I'll change it over to you. Having reserve riders and horses is vital in building your team, because I mean we've seen reserves being used before, right? So I mean I just congratulate all of y'all for doing a great job putting it all together and then pulling it off. Quite frankly, you did a great job. So
I think I think we're getting to a place now that we are, we have some depth.
Yeah, it's a good word.
So, I think the hard part about losing somebody is that if you don't have the depth, then your team is extremely weakened already before you even started.
Right.
But I think that is very important to us to build the depth, so that if something like this happens, you can hopefully, you get replaced and it's not going to hurt you too much. And I think in this circumstance, I don't think we did get hurt by it. I think, we were, on paper, we were always going to be probably hard pushed to beat Germany and Great Britain. So, so the fact that we did come home with the bronze medal, and obviously, Philip being Philip, he did such a great job, and we were still able to come home with a bronze medal and not get too hurt by it.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So, to that point, I think it's exciting, and I'm interested in your thoughts on it. The U.S. horses, in general, are pretty young. Like, I think all those horses will still be of a good age for LA.
That's right, yeah.
And most of those riders have other horses in the barn that are as good or better, excluding maybe Will, but as good or better, not that Will doesn't have other horses, but I'm not sure he has another one better than Diabolo, than the ones they had there. So I would think you got to be feeling pretty good sitting here today, thinking about the LA Olympics in 2 years and the horsepower that we have. When you consider the horses that were ahead of Diabolo, 2 of the 3 are not going to still be competing at that level. I think that's safe to say in 2 years' time.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends, when I think you look at the likes of Chipmunk and London, you wouldn't know whether they would be there for LA or not, quite honestly. They looked in fantastic condition.
Michael, it's enough.
You know, but they did. They looked in great condition, and I by LA, age will be working against them probably. I'm not banking on them not being there because they're too old.
It's fine. You didn't say it. I said
we
it.
gotta look at our horses, and as you pointed out, actually, they will all be of a really good age going into LA. They will have had 2 more years experience.
You would think all 4 of those team horses, you would think in 2 years.
As well.
Yes. So, but you just look for sure. So, okay, let's say all 5 of those horses. I think it is a fair statement to think they could all improve their dressage by 3 to 4 marks by LA.
Without doubt.
So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. No, it's very exciting. It's very exciting. And
I'm going to go on a limb and say we're going to go gold, silver, bronze, and team gold.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah. That's standard for me.
I mean, the funny thing I think in Aachen all week, or some of the conversation was, it's going to be a shame when we lose Chipmunk and when we lose London. Well, quite honestly, I can't wait to see the back of them.
Exactly.
We've seen.
You can appreciate how amazing they are and be like, it's okay, bye.
They're great horses, but it's really time for them to go.
Well, they are phenomenal, aren't they?
They've been fantastic.
So
it's time for them
good.
to go.
Crazy.
So good.
Why don't we transition? We have Burley coming,
Yeah, we do.
and you have a pretty good contingent. We have 5.
We have 5 riders, 6 horses entered.
Yeah.
Will has got his mare there. And she's very exciting as well. So, and then Caroline has got 2 horses there. She's got Tolan King, and Blake has been redirected there now. So that's exciting for her. And then we have Tiana Cowdery.
I love that horse.
Super horse, lovely horse. I was at Bramham this year. She finished 3rd at Bramham.
Incredible.
Super horse. So I think that's, she did do her first 5-star last year in Poe with him, and had a very unlucky glance off.
Right.
So, but I think he could, he looks to me a little bit more old-fashioned, and he could be a proper Burley horse.
Right.
So that's great. Cassie Sanger's there with Redfield
Red
Fire. And then Jenny Brannigan.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Happy Lifestyle.
Yeah.
So when do you head over?
What day is it today? Monday.
Today is Monday the 24th.
Week today.
Week today.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting. I saw that list up, and what hopefully is England getting any rain?
I spoke to Karen today, and it's still pretty dry there.
But they have irrigation at Burley,
They have
don't they?
irrigation. I think there is rain in the forecast. I think everybody's desperate for rain over there, and as John pointed out, Burley does have great irrigation, and I know they do everything to produce good ground.
That's awesome. So that's my questions on Burley. Do you have any?
No, I mean, Burley's exciting. I can't wait to watch.
Yeah. Now we have the American Eventing Championships going on. Are you coaching from home?
Yeah,
From the beach, I hope.
I'm not sure what I'm doing, quite honestly.
So we got the advanced championships.
I think they've seen enough of me.
Yeah, they're probably like,
for
we'll
a
just
week.
take a phone call.
Yeah. I think they can. I think
They can handle it.
They're very good at. Very good. They
I'll
can
report.
Handle it
I'll
themselves.
report to
Do
you.
we
I got to do the
know-
live
You're
stream.
doing the live stream.
I'll tell you
Okay,
everything.
you
Do we
can
know any
report
contingent?
back.
What's the contingents for the advanced there? I know Elisa's there.
Got it somewhere. Hold on. I wasn't ready.
I'm sorry, I jumped the gun.
It's okay.
That starts Wednesday. I believe the AEC starts tomorrow. But the advanced go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
That's right.
And they're jumping under the lights, I heard, this year.
Well, they've jumped under the lights before, haven't they?
Yes, they
Jumping. So that's great. I think the
get
AECs at Kentucky is the place
I agree.
You know, I think it.
It's the place to have it.
Yeah, it 100% belongs there. I think you know, right from the grassroots all the way up to the advanced level. The fact that they get to show jump in the Rolex ring,
All of them.
all of them. Yeah, I think. I don't think actually there's even another country that could provide that for their membership.
Good point. I think that's a great
I
thing to
don't
do.
know I don't know another country that could give their membership that experience.
I think all three of us were on the board at the same time.
Correct.
For the USEA.
That's right.
I always wanted, and you know, I get the debate on the AEC's moving locations, but I feel a permanent location at Kentucky,
That's where it should stay.
it's where it should stay.
Yeah, I mean, you know, probably after Aachen, Kentucky's is probably the
Right.
next best venue in the world, quite honestly. Obviously, you know, the likes of Badminton and Burley, they have their history and all of that. But as a venue goes, Kentucky is a worldwide venue, and probably
And the upgrades that are happening now.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
like I said, for the USCA membership to be able to do their championships there is all, you know, is credit to the USCA.
Yep.
And yeah, our membership, yeah, they deserve it, but they're really lucky to have it as well.
Yeah, and they had the EEI, I believe, Vanessa Coleman, helping run it this year. I don't know if they did it 2 years ago, but I think they did. So it's great having it there. So down to, do we have the entry
I
list?
don't. I can't get it to come up.
That's too bad.
I know. I've got the wrong password.
Failed.
I'm stealing Frankie's password right now for it, and I saved it incorrectly.
Oh, you mean for your, because
for
you're
my
commentating.
commentating
Are you
list.
doing it remote?
Yeah,
You do a really bad job remote.
that's why I'm doing it.
Just kidding. It's hard though. Talk to people about remote.
Well, the biggest challenge we have when you do it remote is sometimes you get a delay.
Yeah.
So the last one I did with Frankie, we had like a 4 to 5 second delay when I would talk. And it's already hard enough not to talk over each other, and then we had a delay. But we just tested it tonight, and it's much better. I think
Yeah,
it'll
but
be
y'all
okay.
were really good at waiting.
Well, we had to. The first day we were not.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know.
Yeah.
And so we kept talking over each other, and then she's like, by the way, we got to figure this out. And so we came up with a system.
Got
and
it.
to the point where for show jump day.
Well, I'm going to watch it now.
Yeah, it was tricky. For show jumping day, we had to say, basically, she would intro the horses, she would do the first 2 jumps, then I would take fence 3 to like 10, and then she would take them over the last 2 to finish them out, because otherwise we were over top of each other.
Talk about commentating, just real quick, talking about Lauren Huff. She did a great job at the show jump at Aachen, commentating for the show jump.
Yeah, great job.
I was like, I've recently gotten to know Lauren really well because Ronnie Beard, who passed away, has a horse that she's now doing at the Grand Prix
Correct.
level.
Yeah.
And he's a really cool horse, but I've gotten to know her a bit more. But I was watching the show jump, and she did a great job of just letting it happen.
Yeah, she let it happen. I thought it was extremely informative. You
Right.
know, like she was like, you know, you're going to see some horses go down here in 6, but the shorter striding horse we might see 7. And I thought, yeah, but I
didn't even know we were watching it. And Briggs goes, Lauren Huff is.
yeah, great commentary.
Yeah, it was
And
great.
for anybody who wants to learn more about Lauren Huff, they could go check out her episode on our podcast just 2 shows ago.
I know, right?
Right. Yeah, just
So-
throw that in there.
Are we winding another segment down already?
Well, we could take a break now. We're a little early, but we could take a break, and because I want to get in.
I wanted to get into that too.
Yeah. So let's take a break. Thanks.
I know.
Well, there's a few things.
I want to get into that.
There's
I
a
wanna
few
get into
longer than.
Actually, we should redo our Charlie's Angels.
I don't think so.
No, I think we're good. All right. Thank you to Seminole Feed for sponsoring this segment. We're going to make Leslie stick around for one more. We actually didn't tell him
Hey,
that.
Skylar,
so, surprise.
pull it up and do that one.
The Charlie's Angels?
I love that
Yeah,
picture.
maybe. All right. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Seminole.
Everyone says they feed the best. But not every feed is made the same. Seminole feed is built on fixed formulas. And made in a medication-free mill for unmatched safety. Every bag delivers consistency your horse can feel and performance you can see. Because when it matters, there is only one best, the original low-starch feed, Seminole Wellness.
For a horse owner on the road, your trailer is essential. No one enjoys being stuck on the road. At Horse Trailer Pros, we repair, renovate, and maintain all makes and models of horse trailers. We work directly with your insurance company or manufacturer for warranty repairs and insurance claims. Our state-of-the-art facility provides quick turnaround and friendly customer service. Considering a living quarter conversion? We do those too. Find comfort on the road with Horse Trailer Pros. Call or text 352-804-2131. HorseTrailerPros.com.
Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We are in the EquiBrew segment, Leslie, and that is food grade, and you can take it. It says if you've been having an ulcer due to the World Championships, your bottle could be gone already.
I've drank it, honestly.
It works really well.
Horses like it better than humans.
I'm going to be, where is it? Calm and ulcer free.
Right. That works to make the calming work better.
Okay. There
So
we
you
go.
can get EquiBrew. It's a live probiotic. It's from New Zealand. We distribute it, Briggs and I.
I know the website.
Yeah.
It is equibrewusa.com.
Yeah, it's really hard, isn't it?
I know, but I was so into brickfieldnutrition.com.
Which is still works.
But it's equibrewusa.com.
Yep.
EquibrewUSA.com. Why is that so difficult?
Well, because I learned Brickfield Nutrition,
Oh, okay.
and I am a
So
creature
Leslie,
of
I'm
habit.
sending you home with a box of that.
Okay.
And it's a live probiotic. It's Haggard and Park Equine in Kentucky suggest it for all the horses that come in, but it's just a real live, great gut live probiotic that works incredible.
Say that 5 times fast.
I get so many calls. Like I got a call from a boutique Kentucky breeding facility for thoroughbreds. And this lady was like, I've got to talk to you. I was like, okay. She gave examples of weanlings that were off their feed, that were not gaining weight. And it was a great example of what EquiBrew does. It's for every single horse you have in the barn, from the retired horses to your babies. It's inexpensive, it's great for the gut, and it's fantastic to get it all working right and everything into your horse.
And
going
is
the
it
right way.
true that if you order it, you and Briggs and the EquiBrew elves pack it up and ship it off?
We sure do.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm a packer and a shipper.
And the elves, right? The EquiBrew elves.
So order yours today, EquiBrewUSA.
.com.
Got that right.
Yeah, like a poet and didn't even know it.
All right. Now we get to get into something that I'm fuzzy about.
Okay, so Les, we've got this competition coming up that nobody knows anything about. Like, and I mean that literally.
I tried to look it up.
I've had people call the Canadian Equestrian Federation to be like, hey, what's the story? What are you going to do? Well, we're going to get through the web. We don't really know. I feel like, and I'm not going to put words in your mouth, like America might be the same. And I know that Guatemala is kind of the same. So it seems like this kind of got sprung on everybody. So what are we going to do at what I'm going to call the Pike? PAEC?
Will you call it out completely?
No.
Yeah, what's the official title?
It's the it's
Pan American, something with an E.
Continental.
It's
Will you look it up, Briggs?
Pike.
You're a problem solver.
So it's a 2-star short
Yep.
in January at the World Equestrian Center. We've got the dressage and show jumping happening there, and then cross country is at the Florida Horse Park.
Correct.
So who are you sending? What kind of horses and riders are you sending?
Well, yeah. First off, I mean, it's a competition that is across the 3 disciplines as well.
Right.
So, it'll be pure show jumping, pure dressage, and eventing. So it's not just eventing.
And do you know, jumping and dressage, are they at a lower level like eventing is?
That I don't know.
Okay.
You know, Amber Braun, who obviously up at USEF, she's been in the meetings,
Right.
and she was explaining to us that this competition is happening. You're correct; it's the 2-star short level.
Do we know what order they're running cross country and show jumping?
I believe it will probably run like a long format.
Okay.
As such. So
That's what I figured.
think it's going to be dressage, cross country, show jumping.
Okay.
And as you said, the dressage and show jumping will take place at the World Equestrian Center, because the show jumping, pure dressage will also take place there as well. And the cross country will take place at the Florida Horse Park.
And so, obviously, this cycle we have the Olympics in LA. But if this were not the Olympics in LA, do you know, is there any benefit to the team for having a good performance here? Like, do you have to get qualification here now for the Pan Ams, or do you get Olympic qualification from this? Like, what's the...
For 2-star?
Well, I'm thinking about Central American countries that aren't as developed in their teams as U.S. teams. Like, are they going to... I guess I realize it's probably not going to get you qualified for the Olympics, but are they thinking this will be something that would get those countries qualified for the Pan American Games?
Yeah, I think obviously January will be the first time it's happened. So I believe right now, it doesn't actually qualify you for anything, but I think that's sort of on the agenda or on the cards for the future,
Right.
As to where,
For the Pan Ams.
where it could develop into something like that.
Right.
I got the answer.
Okay.
It's a pathway for the Pan Am Games.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah. So it's called the Pan American Equestrian Confederation.
That's what I said. That's what I said that. Well, Skylar will pull that up later.
I just thought I'd repeat it.
Yeah.
Because
thank
you're
you.
a problem solver.
Yeah. Because they're going to run it again in 2 years to get it to alternate, not
Is
be
there
on the same year.
just one team?
From each country, I believe so. Yes. You know, we're learning more and more about it as it happens, type of thing.
Well, what I've noticed is you're dodging my question.
Yes. What was that?
Who are we taking?
That's a good question, because it's been held in January, so that for a lot of horses is downtime,
Right.
Or even if it's not downtime, the horses are only coming back into work. So it's something that we will need to look at as to where we want to, who we want to target this at.
But it's fair to say you're probably not taking Diabolo,
I haven't spoken to Will about that,
right?
but I think it would be unlikely.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Sometimes in the past, America has been known to send like the heavy hitters.
No, I mean, like I said, it's in January, so that's a little bit of a difficult time of year, quite honestly. I would imagine we will probably, target it at the younger squads.
Right.
So, we have, quite honestly, we have to look at what is available in January.
Right.
And it's something.
But it's got to be easier too short than
You
if it
also
was
have
like
to
a
open
4-star.
application
Sure.
for
A
it,
lot.
so you're all locked into what the application is.
Right.
Yeah, there's a whole lot, and as you said, we couldn't get an answer because we will look at it after the World Equestrian Games, and that's exactly where we are right
Sure.
now. Where, we've got that behind us, and it's something now that is becoming the top of our attention, and we've got to start putting
Good job.
things around it.
You have fully answered to your ability. I appreciate it. Well done. Pan Ams.
Pan Ams, but that's coming up quick.
So what's the plan for the Pan Am?
Where is it? Where is it next year?
Peru,
Peru, Lima.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I should know.
So you don't need it for Olympic qualification, and even if you had needed to qualify for the Olympics. You just got that done at the World Championships.
Yeah.
So does that change, just not even asking like USEF policy, although I guess your opinion would probably be USEF policy, but is that going to change because you don't have to win it? Would you send different horses than if you did have to win it, or are you going to go to win?
We want to win it.
Right.
You know, it's the Pan American Games and it's a championship. So we very much want to win it. But to your point, yes, being the host country for the Olympic Games, we already had qualification. And as you said, we would also now have qualification because we've just finished third at the
We're
World
double qualified.
Championships. We're double qualified.
Right.
So, you know, I think it's an opportunity for us, if possible, you know, to give some of our, you know, up and coming people championship experience, or even maybe it's more of one of our championship riders on a younger horse type of thing. You know, but again, you know, we got to work within the policy of everything. So sometimes that restricts us a little bit. But in the perfect world, we would like to give some of our, you know, our next riders that championship experience.
Right.
And like I said, or maybe a younger horse give it that championship experience. But, you know, we will have to see who applies. We'll have to see what we got when it comes to selection. And yeah, we will definitely be wanting to select a team that can go there and win it.
Right.
So it would be triple qualified.
Yeah, let's get triple qualified.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, Rick?
I'm just looking at my notes and seeing what we're doing.
Well, we should probably talk about, you should ask, I'm going to tell you what to ask Leslie.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
They just hired a new coach.
Oh, let's go with Philip.
Yeah.
Great thing. So cool. Great that Philip's coming in. I know years ago, Philip applied for head coach. I think it's been a while now. Your pathway to where you are today was through developing rider coach, correct? And you did a great job. I think Philip is what a team member to have for you to be behind you, building up stuff and getting with you on the up and coming horses and riders.
Yeah, you know, it's taken us a little while to get here, and I know, yeah, there's been definitely some frustration, which is natural, but you know, because we felt we didn't have, you know, rather than sort of jump in, you know, Karen and I sort of continued to look after it. But I think being patient and having, you know, Philip come on board now, I think is fantastic. I think with the three of us, Karen, myself, and Philip, all on board in these roles, I think it hopefully gives America great strength. You know, I think hopefully we can, as we talked earlier about having depth, I think we can really, you know, produce some great depth for America for the future, and make it really sustainable. And I think, I truly think Philip's the right person for the job, and I'm so glad he was interested in it, and he's been appointed.
That's fantastic. And I mean, again, his daughter was bronze medal individual winner at the World Equestrian for under 25. Olivia was on our show as well. And we've never had her on the show before, and she's a delightful young lady and was a great interview. And so I'm excited about all the under 25s and developing riders, because you got a lot of good ones that are on the list. Can we segue into the World Championships under 25? How did you feel that went, and what are your outcomes of the future for that?
I think it's a great competition, and you know, I think the under 25s, they need that bridge You know, it's a big step when you go into you know, into that adult world of, you know, you've been through juniors, young riders, or what, you know, and then you're stepping into that next stage. I think to have a bridge for the under 25s, I think is super valuable, not just for us, I think for the world, you know. I think it was a huge success. Mill Street did a great job. You know, we had a good competition. We, you know, we had 3 individuals in the top 6. As you said, Olivia was bronze medal. Her, you know, her composure on the last day show jumping was testament. And that's, you know, she came from 12th or something all the way up to 3rd to win the bronze. But again, you know, we had Molly Duda and Jack Curtis. They both finished in the top 6.
What about those two? Jack was
great.
Rose to the occasion.
Yep, they both rose to the occasion.
Yep.
They rode great. You know, we were unfortunate in that, you know, Cassie and Quidley both unfortunately had a fall on the cross country. That's sport. I think people have to remember that. You know, it's so easy to criticize from the outside, but at the end of the day, it's sport, and it's not gonna always go right. You know, you only have to look at yesterday, and it was the World Championship show jumping, and you look at that, and Richard Vogel on United Touch S has a stop. Ben Mayer had a stop. You know, Scott Brash fell off, and probably before the competition, you would have thought one of those 3 individuals would have been an individual medal.
Right.
But that's
sport.
That's sport, and especially in the pressure of championship competitions, things are going to go wrong. And you know, but when it goes right, it's fantastic.
Agreed. Well put. John, do you have anything about Olivia or Jack or Molly?
No. Good. I think you did a great job. But I do have a question, moving on from there, which is the last big event of the season, well, the last 2 big events of the season traditionally have been Morven Park and Buccolo. And they're usually opposite, like one weekend after the other, but this year they're the same weekend, right?
No.
They're not.
No, last year they were.
Last year they were the same weekend. This year they're
on
opposite.
Same weekend, and this year, no, they have now moved off. So yeah, they're separate weekends.
So you're going to be at Morven.
Yeah.
Are you going to Buccolo?
That's still to be
decided?
discussed.
Okay.
I think there's a very good chance, yes.
Okay. So you think we'll send a team?
I think, I would imagine there will be a team there as well, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought this year they were on the same weekend again. That's
No.
interesting. I had that wrong.
No,
I'm never
last year
wrong.
they were, yes.
Right.
But all those things are, that's been a lot of discussion actually today.
Okay.
So we're still, you know,
Working that out.
we're still looking at all the logistics.
Pike,
of that.
Nations Cup.
Uh-huh.
Boom. Those are the 2 things. Okay, I do have one more thing that I actually want to talk to you after the show because I want to do a whole show on this, and I have an idea.
Yeah, good.
But I want to get your thoughts on this, Leslie, because we have talked a little bit about it, and I think it's a complicated issue, and I don't even have all the right terminology, but one of the things that has been brought to my attention recently has been medical coverage at competitions here in the U.S. And at U.S. horse trials, it is not the same standard of medical care that's required as it is at FEI events. So at a horse trial, you have to have basic medical coverage. You can have, I think it's EMS is what it's called. I think if I have that wrong, I apologize. But you don't have to have ALS, which is advanced life-saving abilities, to be able to put an airway in and all of that stuff.
So you've got EMS and ALS.
ALS, I think that's what it's called. So basically, you don't have to have a paramedic at horse trials, but you do at FEI events.
Okay.
And there's a lot of talk about, is that right? Like, should you? And it comes down to money. I think it's about $2,000 a day to have an ambulance, a paramedic on site that has the ability to do all the things that put in.
Without
to-
having
to
to call,
intubate.
have a EMS there to.
Well, but here's the other interesting thing. If you have a person who is qualified to do intubation and do all of the stuff,
can't do it.
if the company that they're working for isn't licensed, they are not allowed to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think everybody's going to say, oh, we should have that. But I think it's an interesting topic. And like I said, I want to have some experts on and talk about this because there's concerns about at the horse trials, could we price it out so it's so expensive that the organizers can't run it because people won't pay for it? Or should we just say, well, that's just, you have to have it because we're competing, and competing in a horse sport, any horse sport is a dangerous sport when you have a horse involved in it. And I guess I'm just kind of wondering what your thoughts are on it, if you even have any. I know it's a big topic.
I think it is a big topic, and I think unfortunately for the USA being such a big country,
Right.
I think you've got probably different laws or different rules, state to state, county to county.
Right, you do.
Whereas obviously when you look at countries in Europe, you probably don't come up against those issues, those problems. So when you look at Europe and you see they've got this coverage, it just makes sense, right? Because they're not restricted by county boundaries, state boundaries, and all this. So it would just come under one legislation, I would imagine. Look, in the ideal world, we all deserve the medical coverage at a competition. I mean, as you said, that it is a risk sport to a point, and I think if the rules or whatever can be sorted out with different.
Well, I think it
different
almost
states,
seems like
counties.
it doesn't matter what they call it. There's a certain level of, a certain set of skills that they should have, whatever it is in that county.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
At least for cross country.
Yeah, we should have it for cross country. I mean, I think I would feel happier, and if I had, my son or daughter competing, I think I would.
Well, and I don't
want
think
to-
people know. Like, I don't think parents go to events and realize, like, oh, this event, we don't have
Right.
the same medical coverage as we would have at that event.
I mean, I think you can tell when you see an EMS truck as opposed to an ambulance being there.
But it's not actually.
But
Always that.
whatever the ability is to do that. I mean, we had the experience at Rocking Horse years ago where we lost life, and it took a long time to get the ambulance there. So I think if you look at those situations, the answer is pretty clear. There's no price on life, and that we'll have to figure out how to afford it.
To be fair, in that particular situation, it wouldn't have mattered.
But
I get your point.
That.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But it took a while.
It did. I just think, I guess my main goal in even bringing it up is starting to like raise some awareness to the membership.
Right, because you're saying people don't even know.
I don't think they have a clue.
No, and I think
I
mean,
didn't.
We
I mean,
deserve to know.
Yeah, when you get into incubation and stuff like that, you do know you have proper service of CPR and whatever it is.
Right.
But if you need to be incubated, with a tube-
Intubated.
intubated,
Incubated is where they put a baby.
you know
a
what?
newborn baby.
Your problem solver thing on your shirt is spelled all wrong.
Thank God you lightened it up.
Exactly. That's why I said incubate.
Yeah.
I said intubate.
Thank you, Rick.
I can't.
But it's a good topic.
yeah, I think
good
we should
conversation.
No, it's a
get
very
into it.
good topic, and it's a very important one. I mean, it's extremely important.
Yeah, I didn't mean to hit you with the heavy one at the end.
That's
but
all right.
I
Let's,
wanted
let's
to-
go back to the bronze medal coach.
Okay. All right.
Well, Leslie, thanks for being on the show. Thanks for taking time out. I know you have family time that's really important. And we hope that you can go to dinner and have a Nice one.
No, thank you for inviting me. It's been really enjoyable.
Yeah, we always like it.
We'll get you your case of Equibrew as
right.
well.
I guess you got to sign it again with the bronze.
Oh, with the bronze pen. Uh-huh.
You signed it with the gold.
Uh-huh.
Now that you've won bronze for the team, or coached the U.S. team
Yeah.
to a bronze, you can do it with the bronze.
There you go. There you go.
Thanks, Equibrew. You know where to order it. Equibrew USA.
Cool. All right. We'll catch you guys on the next one. We have an awesome show for you guys today.
The greatest eventer of all time.
Good news for the sport.